Well, here we go. February 13th is also known as Galentine's Day. Here with a tasty pink cocktail that's perfect to celebrate with your gals is Brandon Sanchez. Brandon, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
I appreciate the pop of pink.
Yes, subtle.
Subtle, but we are still celebrating the gals today. We're going to get right into it with Waterloo's new gin. You're making a love potion for us.
That's correct. So we're going to start off. We already have one presented in there. So we'll start off with a touch of simple syrup.
Okay. And I'm seeing it here in a bottle, so I am guessing that you can purchase this from the store.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, you
so
go to
often,
Specs, you go to Twins, they'll have it ready for you, so you don't have to worry
it's
about
kind
the
of
prep.
like a sugary, watery kind of thing,
That's right?
Okay. Not that that's any sort of exact science, but usually we do hear that simple syrups are made in-house, that sort of thing. But if somebody's making it at home, am I obligated to?
It's up to you. If you want to get crazy with it and infuse it or do anything outside of the ordinary, you can try it at home. I mean, you can experiment a little bit, right?
Okay, all right. I like the idea.
We'll throw in some fresh raspberries in there as well.
Oh, I like the idea that the fresh raspberries go directly into the drink.
Throw some foaming bitters to give us that nice little froth.
Okay, and you and I have to talk about foaming bitters because I've never heard of them before.
So typically it's, you look at an egg white cocktail and it's not vegan friendly or people can't have it for whatever reason.
The daisy comes to mind.
Correct. So, or if you do like a flip or anything like that has like whole egg, this is a good alternative to have. You know, it's somebody that wants to gets that texture, gets that nice frothiness, it gives off a really nice like white foam at the end.
And it's aquafaba juice, right?
It's aquafaba juice.
Coming from chickpeas.
That's correct.
But it does mean that you have to put in a little bit of effort with the shaking, right?
Just a little bit. It's not too crazy, but just a touch. We'll throw in some lemon juice in there, just a little bit of fresh lemon juice. Our Waterloo Rose and Prickly Pear Gin.
This is a gorgeous color, and I'm told that it's actually a natural
That's
pink.
right. That's coming from the prickly pear, actually. So it is all natural. There's no additives, none of that.
I also like the size of the pour you're doing. Yeah. So does this make just one drink that you're doing right here?
Drink.
Okay. And how many ounces just went in?
We did about 3 ounces.
3 ounces, okay, of the gin. And I love a gin cocktail, especially as we get into the warmer months. I think it's like a really lovely, very springy type thing to have.
Of course, you do some spritzes. You kind of can change it up a little bit. It's a beautiful gin. It's very versatile. You know, if you want to go. I've had this one in a Vesper. You know, I'm a huge James Bond fan. I was like, let's give this a try.
Sure.
Do a little bit of Lillet in there, add a little bit of vodka, and that one was just topping it off instead of the Gordon's. You use some of the Waterloo Rose Gin. It's beautiful.
I like that you're experimenting with it, and this isn't the only sort of cocktail, of course, that you can make. We're going to see this gorgeous pink pour right here. I love that there are strawberries in this. That just makes me really happy. So you've got a little bit of fresh fruit going in with the fun and the foam, and then garnishing a little bit on top.
Yeah, you get a little snack.
Yeah, a little snack to go with. You know, for James Bond, these might be olives, that sort of thing. But in this case, we're doing it a little bit more girl-friendly.
You'll even do a twist. You never know.
I like that. Okay. And then, so talk to me about some of the other, gin concepts that you would think of using this gin.
Yeah, I mean, you always go traditional with like a daisy. Same kind of principle, same kind of standard. The big winner is going to be the gin at the end of the day. You can do a Gibson and get really dirty and, use some of the like onions, so like the pearl onion if you want something a little bit more savory. Ooh. Since this isn't sweetened, like it's not sweetened at all, you can.
I was wondering kind of the flavor profile of it, because when I hear prickly pear, I think of the like fruity, flowery, just a little bit, a touch on the sweet side, and then rose, maybe much more floral, but I didn't know if it had kind of a sweet taste to it.
It doesn't. It's very approachable for any cocktail maker. It is more American style. It's not very juniper forward. It's definitely going to be a lot more citrus forward, which it makes beautiful, beautiful cocktails. I mean, you can do that one in a simple gin tonic. We do a little bit of orange blossom at Georgie's as well. It's delicious. It's one of those patio drinks.
Lovely. And we are going to talk about Georgie's, but you've just brought something up and I have to dig further into it. Food and bev, this is kind of your hot spot. Yeah. This is what you work on. You're saying American gins are not very juniper forward?
That's right.
Okay, I'm learning something today.
Yeah, so think of like any London dry gin. You're looking at a Bombay, Beefeater, or anything like that. they might be a little bit more aggressive, or they might be, this is what Grandpa might have drank, right? It's like, this is his gin martini for the day. This is a lot more approachable on that style. You can be a little bit, you can think outside of the box a little bit. You're not constrained to those. It's a good base, but it makes better
Does it
cocktails.
taste like gin with a capital G?
That's right.
Okay.
That's
and
right.
speaking of the G, let's go to Georgie's.
Yeah.
Been open only 8 months now in Georgetown.
Yeah,
Tell me about it.
Seafood-focused restaurant. We are partnered up with Shane Stark, the executive chef and owner at Monger's here in Austin on 42nd and Waterloo. We partnered up with him about 8 months ago, focusing on fresh seafood, fresh oysters daily. We do hand-cut steaks if for those that may not enjoy that, and we will be doing a 3-course prefix menu for Valentine's, and we'll be testing some of those items out on Galentine's today.
I was gonna say for tomorrow, there's no way you guys aren't totally sold out.
We're pretty booked up.
Pretty booked up.
We recommend walk-ins as well. We've
Okay.
got some space open, and we've got a 20-seat bar that is beautiful. We've got obviously the Love Potion on the menu, so you can come in and grab a cocktail.
My husband's favorite place to actually eat and drink is up at the bar. So good to know that
That's
there might be a
perfect.
little bit of space.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I wanted to bring up the Wheel, which has been open just over a year, because we're kind of doing the opposite. We're going the other direction.
Yeah, we're doing like an anti-Valentine thing going on. So we're still doing some featured cocktails. We also have a tattoo artist that's doing some pop-up tattoos. Just so happens to have fallen on Friday the 13th. So it was very fitting. It was like, how do we go against the norm? And this is exactly how we're going to do it. Skylar Payne, he does fantastic tattoos. He'll be popping up right around 5 o'clock today. So for those of us, or those of you that may not have a partner, or is like loathing anybody, it's like, a little pain won't hurt.
Yeah, if you're anti-Hallmark for today,
That's right.
maybe the Wheel is the place
That's
to show
right.
up instead. So a good time happening tonight. Tonight sounds good to me. And maybe you walk away with a new tattoo. No judgment here. Okay, sounds good to me. Brandon, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. See the Love Potion that we mentioned today on the menu at georgiesgtx.com.